Welcome back, everyone. It is Sabotage Everything. That's Johnny Deathwish with nothing new, as always, reading us into the fray here after a crazy WrestleMania week. I am Lyle Rabajah. That is Justin Newhook, Matt Connors. Guys, 2 days of wrestling over the weekend. 2 days of very quality.
Saying crazy weekend is a little
crazy weekend. I would mean in a social aspect because, like Connors just said, on night one there wasn't a lot of wrestling.
A lot of downtime.
It's like an hour and 20 minutes of it. A lot of downtime.
There's 83 minutes of it.
83 minutes of it.
Am I right there?
In a 4-hour card.
No,
pretty well.
No, it's 83. Or 123 or something, sorry.
Still, not enough.
Either way,
yeah.
Fuck the math. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was doesn't matter how long nothing went well. And we're going to try to make it a palate cleanser, everybody, because I know at this point in your week you have watched so much wrestling content and ingested so much wrestling content, but we have to see how we did with our scores. So we'll just do a brief recap of Mania. Who guessed what, and who actually won this out in this cavalcade of shit that was the WrestleMania of last week. So, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and ISO Speed versus the Usos and LA Knight. So, only one of us had the Usos and LA Knight. Other two had Speed.
Who was that?
It was
me.
Connors. It was Connors.
Me.
So that was... So there,
I can't explain why. I just felt it.
You just knew it.
Props to Speed, though.
Props to Speed. Speed showed up to play, which you knew he would. He's a crazy athletic person. It's just crazy that WrestleMania opened with a YouTube streamer person. Like
the whole reason it opened up because it was free on ESPN the first hour on there, like whatever. So it was just they were just using the faces that everybody's gonna know. Everyone knows Yeet.
Yep.
You know, if you're not even in wrestling at this point, you've known someone that has done that, and then Logan Paul and I Show Speed. That's going to be the people that will be like, oh, maybe we should pay for the rest of the.
Yeah, I want to see the rest of this because who else is going to show up?
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, nobody. Which
boy,
is
would they have been disappointed.
Oh my god, this is just gonna be a dog pile of this show, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Connors. This is Connors' vibe. This is Connors' vibe.
It was Fatu and McIntyre in an unsanctioned match, the tamest unsanctioned match we have ever seen, ever. It wasn't. Yeah, everybody said Drew. Everybody said Drew, and we were all wrong. We were all wrong. Yep. Can't believe Drew took the L at Mania again. Like a 3 out of 5 match for me. It was very
it felt like
looking
SmackDown
back, I understand the finish, like, you know, where I picked we all picked Drew, but I mean I just I wanted I don't know. I just wanted this separate outcome, but I just understood why they did what they did. But either way,
it makes sense, especially after the Raw.
Well, especially after the Raw, it definitely makes sense after the Raw for sure.
Yeah,
looking at it now,
we now see that Jacob Fatu is rolling into. But again, so he won this big feud with Drew just to get fed to Roman because he's not. Anyway, there's so much to unpack there. But the next match, the Women's World Championship, someone did get a point on this one because there was one person that did pick Liv, and that person was me, and I was right. So that's a 1 for me.
I should have known with the music video that she was going over.
Yep. With the now global super, like Sabrina Carpenter, like superstardom of that definitely not kind of annoying song that she's now using as her entrance. Yeah.
It's gonna get over.
You know what? I hope it does. Because, she makes an album, maybe it's good. But, it's just an interesting song to have as an entrance, for sure.
Yeah.
After that, it was the Women's Intercontinental Championship. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. We all picked AJ. We were all wrong.
Yeah.
All wrong. All wrong.
We're all wrong. Who knew it was going to kind of be a pseudo-retirement for AJ Lee to kind of be like, yep, I'll be back maybe. If not, that's great.
I wasn't expecting to be back long. I genuinely was not expecting to be back long. We got 6 months out of her.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with that. And also, she's got so much going on in her life. I don't even know fully, but like just seeing like when like Punk Pop talks about it and like what she's doing and stuff, and it's like
she's very philanthropic. She's
yeah,
lots of stuff going
so
on.
she got to come back and like show the next generation like
Get a proper farewell too, because when she left the first time, there was never really a proper "this is AJ being done" kind of thing.
That's
right. Good for her. It never doesn't make sense to put a belt on Becky, so the title keeps going on. We're right back to the status quo that we were when AJ first showed up. Next is the Women's Tag Team Championships, which was the Fatal 4-Way, featuring the Bellas for all of like 5 minutes until Nikki Bella revealed she was injured and a returning Paige showed up and randomly won the Tag Team Championships with Brie Bella.
I was genuinely surprised. I didn't realize she was injured. Because I just wasn't paying attention to it, I guess. I didn't know she was injured, and I didn't know Paige was released recently. And as like it happened, Connor's like, "Yeah, I seen something about it." I was like,
the day before.
Yeah, I think this was a late in the game call for sure. What a crazy way to bring Paige back into the fold.
Wild.
If she has signed a contract, which it seems like she has, like it all doesn't seem to be a one-time thing. So crazy that right out of the gate, here's your one half of the women's tag team champions with somebody's twin sister. Who's the usual, like, it's just a strange way to bring Paige in. I don't know. The numbers aren't adding up to me here. I'm glad she's back, but how are they going to get everybody out of this is just, it's strange.
We're going to say, well, I kind of know how it's going to go.
Do you?
At some point, it's the other twin's going to get pissed off.
Nikki.
Yeah, something's gonna happen, and she'll probably. There's gonna be like some type of. They're not gonna do some Freebird shit, and if they do, if it's like when she's ready to come in, does she just take her spot and then does Paige fuck off, or does
Paige in the
do they do the Freebird shit?
Yeah,
it's weird, but it's like okay. There's gonna be. Sorry, when I say we all know it's gonna happen, I guess we don't, but I definitely feel like there's gonna be some type of headbutting going on at some point. Jealousy, that's the word I was looking for. Jealousy.
In this match, we all picked the Bellas, so because we've been wrong so many times, I'm just going to give us the point for this and say that the Bellas did technically win. So
well, technically,
no one gets that evens out all of our points. We're at so far. It is Matt's got 1, I've got 1. Justin's not on the board yet, because ones where we all pick the same thing and are right or wrong, it doesn't really matter for points wise, right?
0 out.
Fine, I guess.
And then
you just don't want to give me a point.
WWE Championship. Don't worry, I think we all get our licks in here. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton.
Ooh, buddy.
So there's only one person that picked. There's only one person that picked Orton, and that was Connors. So me and New Hook both get points there.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So I'm at 2. Justin's on the board.
Yay.
Which was a weird finish, though.
I'm just gonna say it. It was the most. I had no idea what was happening 90% of the time. Storyline. I was like, how does this make any sense?
That whole start of the match. What the?
It was messed.
And then Pat leaves, and then comes back as a referee. And it's vaguely explained away by Michael Cole being like, he must have friends in TKO or something like that.
Right.
It's just.
So you can't just throw on a shirt and have authority to go down and count a match. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't get why you did it with these two. Like, if it was with two people who you weren't sure were going to have a good match, but it's Orton and Cody, and this has kind of been a storyline for, like, what? A year and a half now, where Randy's been kind of like eyeing Cody up with the belt.
Yeah, it was planted like a year ago for sure. And
now we get to Mania payoff, and like it's Pat McAfee like jumping in and out. It was such a mess.
And like him getting like excited when Randy's running the ropes. I was like, what do you? Oh my god, I feel like a dumbass now. Rocky's coach.
Oh,
my God!
What is his name?
You're a bum.
Oh my God! What is his name?
Mickey.
Mickey. Oh my God. Oh, we were gonna all just be like
Gene Hackman.
space. Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. Just put Gene Hackman in everything. It's like,
Gene Hackman at all times. Yeah.
yeah, just put Gene Hackman in everything.
That whole mess of that match, and look who comes out absolutely, like, legitimately fucked up from the end of it. Again, Cody. Oh,
Cody
beat up.
Just keeps every time he's in a major feud, he ends up with a huge shiner or some horrific looking facial injury. Like, this guy has really bad injury luck. It sucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're obviously pushing him and CM Punk now, according to the Raw, but it was such a crazy way to end night one. Like, just a really strange feeling main event to end off, I think, the weakest night one in Mania that there has been since they've been doing the 2-day format.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And that's saying a lot. That's including the pandemic Mania, which was cover to cover an abomination. Which brings us to night 2. And the first match on my scoreboard is the one that I am happiest about, because it was Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. And holy shit, I don't think anybody had it going like that on their bingo card. No, we got to get struts in the chat for everybody, because that was a bona fide squash match of Brock Lesnar, who retired to the knowing of nobody backstage. Apparently it's come out that's why he put up the X when Paul Heyman got in the ring, because the X is the universal symbol. This is not scripted.
When he did it, I looked at everything.
That's when I sent the message. I was like, do you think Heyman knew? Because it was like,
I don't think he did.
That's why as soon as he did that right directly at Heyman, I think he was like,
for everything I've heard online, apparently the only person that knew that was going to happen was Brock.
Yeah, that's
he
crazy.
was just going to be like, you know what, I'm done.
Because he was supposed to finish at SummerSlam, right?
I don't know what the plan was, but look at the video package they played on Raw. It was very quickly put together.
Oh yeah.
Like if it was any actual storyline that WWE wrote themselves, you know they'd have him for a promo out on that Monday Night Raw.
Oh my God.
I think it was genuinely his decision to be like, you know what, this is stereotypically that's the way to go out, right?
Well, look at Paul's promo at the beginning of when Division come out. He was like, hold on a second, I gotta talk about this, and then he talks about putting Brock in the forever portion of the intro now. Not the now. He's like, put him into forever, and it's like
I think that was 100% just a shoot from the hip by Brock Lesnar. That was like, this is the way you're supposed to go out. Give it to the new guy out on his back, and he sold for Obafemi like it was an estate sale. It was crazy. Like,
speaking about selling,
absolutely.
After Oba took that F5, do you like how he just didn't pop up and get into like the rock squat and wait? Like, he sold that with like intent, like, oh fuck, that hurt me, but I gotta get up, right? And
I
just
gotta
like
get
struggling to get, and then grabbed him for the choke. I was like, oh,
which is another thing I like.
Thank you.
Oba didn't no sell anything. Everything looked like it did make a dent, like it hit him, but he just shrugged it off. Like, it was crazy. The shining spot. That was just like my big thing when it started off night 2, and this is what happened. I was like, this is a very good sign that this feels more like WrestleMania. This was the opening to WrestleMania for me. We all guessed Oba. We were all correct, because
I was never a Brock Lesnar guy, but like, what a way to just take that upon yourself. Be like, no, I'm done. That's it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The crowd was behind him. He probably heard the crowd just right behind Oba, and he was like, perfect. I don't need to do anything more. You know, my time is done.
The crowd reaction to that was actually really
props to him,
because you heard the roller coaster. Like, you heard people go from like, what the hell's happened? Oh my God. Like, you saw the journey.
As soon as he took the straps off his gloves, people were like, oh, and then as soon as he grabbed his laces, they knew right away.
As soon, like, the way he was sitting, I said to Emily, I said, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Because we've all thought, like, we've thought about it, how we'll do it. We know how we'll do it. It's, like, just the way he was sitting, I'm like, is he really? And then as soon as he reached for the glove, it's just okay.
Which was crazy, man. I like,
he knew.
Yeah, like, fuck.
What was the question?
Like, I was just how long he would have known.
that he was going to do this? How long was it in his head that, okay, this is it for me? Like, this is the
Could
swan
have
song.
showed up that day.
Honestly, well, yeah, it could have been that day, or it could have been the first interaction with Oba going.
That's exactly what I'm thought.
Pop up powerbomb really hurts.
Like, I wonder if there was this moment when he sees like basically the next big thing.
There's the next big thing, and that's what Michael Cole said at the end of the match. There's the next big thing. That's they didn't know it was happening, but Michael Cole knew. Like, that's what I have to say this now because
the consummate professional Michael Cole, like, just. Yeah, it was. This was a shining spot in this Mania.
Yeah. And then
never a Lesnar guy, but I love. Thanks, Lesnar.
Oh yeah,
I love it now that the crowd knows Oba's coming out, but they still. And then it's that. And so it goes black for a second, and then the sound happens because the crowd knows, and he just comes out. Sorry, we'll talk about Raw. Yeah, keep going. Sorry, we'll finish that thing.
Yeah.
No, it's true. It's the whole thing. Oba's side of it, the way Brock spun out of it. The first home run hit of this WrestleMania for sure.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely out of the park. Everybody's doing good. Good for Lesnar.
So do you think because of night one was so just
bad?
Do you think that just skid mark on the do you think that like that was maybe a executive decision on Brock's part to be like, okay, we got this match?
I don't think that's something.
But I mean, like,
no, like the kind of guy that he would have this planned well in advance. There would be no night of decision that would change his mind.
True.
Like, I don't think this is.
I don't think he retired. You asked, like, would he retire to try to like help?
That's no, not to help, but like, if he knew he was going to retire instead of doing an announcement, do you think it would be like, okay, because I'm going to retire anyways. Oba's over as fuck. The crowd's behind him as shit. This is kind of the passing of the torch anyways. Instead of doing it over like coming out on Raw and be like, thanks for everything, and then leave the mic in the ring.
Yeah.
Could that have been
I don't think that. No, I think that's Brock Lesnar's style. Period.
Yeah.
True. But I did see a different Brock Lesnar walking up that ramp, turning back and looking at people. Those genuine like thank you.
Because he was done. Because he's done.
I guess he was done after.
Like honestly, if he almost cried in the ring. So if he almost cried in the ring with no mic in his hand, I feel like Lyle said, he's just not that type of person to talk. I think it was just the one
mystique based, and he's so rooted very much in tradition of things.
Yeah,
and I think that this is the most traditional way to leave wrestling. It's the way they did it back in the 80s. You go out and you're back to the next guy that you want to say, here's the rub, go. And that's it. There's no, like, I can't remember. I want
to see footage of Gorilla.
Supposed to be. Yeah. If that truly wasn't planned, he didn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
We will eventually. There's a reason why we've seen everything else coming. There's a reason why we've seen everything coming back from everybody else's matches, and we haven't seen any of that shit. I don't even think that'll be in Unreal. It might be like used in Unreal, but that's definitely going to be like that's saved for when they do, like you said, when they do the proper package.
Yeah. And no, but good for Lesnar. I hope he goes home to his dairy farm in Saskatchewan and watches all of his mutant children run rampant over the sport of their choosing.
He's in I think they moved to Calgary.
Oh, do they? They're in Calgary now?
I think they moved to Calgary because one of his sons or one of his kids is in university there or something like that.
Sick.
Yeah, or they got a spot. Like, I remember I think he was I think he did podcasts with. I can't remember one of his recent ones, and he said that he was like living in Calgary now because of one of his boys or something.
Semi-honorary Canadian, but just cool to see. Like that's what I was trying to explain to a friend of mine who doesn't watch wrestling. They were like, I know from UFC. I was like, yeah, but that's the thing. He's done so much. Like, you forget how long Brock Lesnar's been around. Every generation, Brock Lesnar's been there since like Ruthless Aggression. That's like 20 years of that character, and not just a character. But a character that kept the mystique and kind of the
consistent.
Oh shit! Every time Brock Lesnar showed up, there was the oh no, shit, what is he doing here moment. That's hard to keep going for 20 years.
He had that gong like with Undertaker, like you heard that first bing, like it was like everybody would just freak out, right?
About to go down. Yeah. Whatever's happening, whatever storyline's going on, something's about to get flipped upside down because Brock's here. Next was the Intercontinental Championship match. Car crash, an amazing car crash. JD McDonough Are you okay? Everybody got their crazy stuff in.
Yeah.
Javon Evans is 23 years old.
Yeah.
That's wild.
You see when he comes out, runs. Fuck.
Shit. Yeah,
Damn,
he's looking around.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
Like, damn. Like, yeah, man, soak it in. Like,
that kid is so young.
Yeah.
And is so good.
So money.
It's going to be really interesting to see like 2-3 years down the line what he is up to. Penta won.
Yeah, he did.
Great match. Rusev was just there to catch people. Like, I think it was just crazy. Everybody had a job to do. Ray got his stuff in.
Every ladder match needs a base.
One of us picked Penta. Mr. Newhook. Up to 2.
You finally on the board?
Us did pick Penta.
No, I had one before.
He has 2. I have 2, and you're down to 1. Connors, you're down there now. We have role reversed, which moves us to the WWE Women's Championship. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. We have to take a moment to talk about Jade's entrance. She was a storm cloud.
Bro.
I can't remember which one of us was in the chat, but
I thought she was the character from Mucinex.
I was like, oh, Lufa. Okay.
I had no idea. I was expecting she does like cosplay and comic books and stuff. So when she came out looking, it didn't.
I was thinking like Electra as a Daredevil, rated Deadpool. I was like, oh man.
When she took the loofah bit off, the copper like gear she had, it did look sick. The color,
was sick, dope.
But the loofah thing was wild.
I never would have guessed Stormcloud.
Yeah,
no, me either. Like not even She-Ra. Like Masters of the Universe is coming out. You think if she would have done something
or
cool
like one of the Mortal Kombat characters was a good shot too. I can't remember who guessed that, but
missed opportunity.
Once again, we all picked Jade, and we were all wrong.
Goddamn.
It was Rhea. But again, it's one of those things like it was a lot like Becky winning the title. You can put the title on Rhea Ripley at any point and it makes sense.
Yeah, ain't mad.
Yeah, like she just shows up, does her thing, and it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Io Sky coming out was great. I love the moment they had with Liv and Rhea on Raw, where Rhea's just walking down the hallway and Liv's just like, I guess I'll be seeing you soon. She's like, guess we will. Now Rhea's on SmackDown, which will be a nice little change.
Io almost died Rhea twice on Raw.
Away from the Judgment Day. Get Rhea away from all those people she's been feuding with for like a year and a half and get some fresh blood in there, because I think that's very needed with Rhea right now. Get her some new opponents.
Mm-hmm. And then she gets to team up every now and again with Priest again. So
exactly.
I like the twins.
I think that's a great dynamic.
More intergender stuff, anyways. But that's always been my vote.
And throw R-Truth in there too. That original Judgment Day lineup. I think that's the original Judgment Day lineup.
I love it.
After that, it's the United States Championship match. Sami Zayn with Trick Williams. We all picked Trick. Yeah. We were all correct.
Yeah.
I think this was a pretty easy one to predict, and it was a good match. I think this was like, what else can you expect, though? Because both of these guys are very good.
Yeah.
Sammy has basically become this weird semi-tweener. I don't know what to call what Sami Zayn is.
I think it's the unfortunate situation of being in a feud with someone that is so fucking over.
Yeah. It's true.
He's doing the job very well, but it's that point where it's like everyone there knows, like, damn, Sammy's really good, but Trick's our boy. Willie. Trick's our boy right now. So I get the reactions. It still sucks to watch. You know what I mean? Because like Sammy's so dope. And
what makes me really excited though is that this is obviously inevitably going to lead to the Carmelo Hayes Trick Williams feud for the United States Championship. And like I was saying on our last podcast, I think that is very much the Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa NXT relationship of this kind of modern spin of things.
Yeah. Well, if you want to bring it back, it's so funny that Sammy dropped that belt to him, because it's like before Johnny and Gargano, it was Sammy and KO.
Yeah. So it's crazy how that works. It's almost like that NXT main feud system just keeps feeding back into itself.
Yeah, but I just find those right two people.
This is a stepping stone. I think Trick Williams has future world champion written all over him.
Easy.
Guy has absolutely everything rolling for him. crazy in ring, really good on the microphone. Like Booker T's gotten him over just with his theme song, even still.
Yeah.
Like
It's awesome. It's awesome to this day that every time I see him come in with new gear, that it comes from Sway Archer. Shout out to Sway, up in Ontario.
Hard working individual.
Man, that's someone that I want on this podcast too. Like,
Sway
God,
Archer is a hard working. I have met Sway on a couple of occasions, and both times he was in the back working on gear after participating in all the other stuff that
nothing but love for that, man.
Like he amazing.
I did the extra work for TNA one time, and he man, who was it came over from New Japan? It's gonna take me a second. Yeah,
and the other
it'll take me a second to remember who it was, but he can. It'll take me a second. Anyways, the gentleman, his gear, his bag got lost, so he had no wrestling gear. And Sway, within 2 hours, had trunks, knee pad covers, and kick pad covers done. And it wasn't it was trunks and covering the entire. Pretty much all the gear was like, it looked like broken mirror, like a
that's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, like, so it was all these small pieces that him and I think his wife or his girlfriend partner, they see a tag teamed it together, and it was just man, what was his name? I'll look it up. Anyways, let's carry on. Just wanted to give Sway a big shout out because I love him.
He deserves a big shout out because like it takes a lot to work on gear. People don't realize that's a whole art form. And like I said, I've been at TNA shows as well, and I've seen him do a full day work for the show, and then during the show be sitting there working on orders of gear for other people. So like just a hard working individual. We love to see it. Next match on the card, Finn and Dom.
Man,
I didn't really know what to think of this one.
I did. It was fucking fuck sakes.
I did.
God damn it! So there was like five missed opportunities in this whole angle, and they just yeah, it wasn't good.
See, I felt like it was at a point where the demon was so missed that no matter what happened, it was going to feel like a little bit of a disappointment. And it just didn't seem like this was the night where they were going to give them full carte blanche to do whatever they wanted. I think this was definitely a better, like, unsanctioned, violent match than Fatu and Drew. For sure.
Yeah, but it was just, man, that whole entrance, like...
It was like from entrance to finish, like the whole thing was just like, what are you doing? He was literally doing the Demon's greatest hits, and it looked like he was just going through the motions because they asked him to.
It didn't seem like he came back with an edge. Like it didn't seem like he came back with his edge. Like, I hate you so much, and you've done so much to me that I had to unlock supernatural powers to come and kick your ass. It felt like 5 minutes into it, the only thought in everybody's mind was, wow, those streamers were a bad idea.
Yeah.
Streamers in those entrants immediately killed the vibe. They dropped like a truckload of streamers, and as soon as it hit his head, you saw it get stuck to every part of him, so you couldn't even see his attire. Is like sick.
Could have shot it out over the crowd or something.
Could have done a bunch of things, but by the time he got to the ring, he had his wee like shaman stick of destiny, and he shuffled, and that's covered in streamers. And I'm like, this looks hokey. Like it was good once he got into the ring and once they got rid of it, but it would have sucked for the Mystique to immediately just get completely dive bombed.
And the worst part about being on the West Coast is, unless you had like, the roof isn't completely dark, so it's light out.
Yeah, that would have very much benefited from happening at night.
It's like when Taker did, I can't remember which entrance it was, or like
Bray Wyatt,
thank you. It was Bray. Yes, it was. Thank you. Middle of the day, and you're like, okay.
Right?
Especially
like, so in that situation, would you not use like smoke cannons with red lights or something? Like pointed the opposite way, like
there's only so much you can do when it's broad daylight.
Yeah, when it's broad daylight, it's like so hard to really like do things, right?
Simulating night is insane. Like if you're outside and you're trying to make it look like night, there's not a whole lot you can do. There could have been things they did that were stronger than release the streamers, but it was definitely like an uphill battle from
Isn't that
the
on the
start.
first
That's what I
night of
was thinking.
WrestleMania?
As soon as it showed the graphic, I was like, wow, they should have waited like another hour and had this like maybe before the co-main, but it would have benefited from different placement on the card for sure.
Yeah.
It was rough. The match,
But
just
onto the
I was not
prediction.
impressed with that.
No,
It was Sonata that lost his gear.
Sonata. Okay.
Yeah, Sonata.
Two of us picked Finn Balor and get a point on this, and it's Connors and me.
Woo!
So Connors is up to 2. I am at 3.
Shut up.
Justin is also at and we are down to the World Heavyweight Championship match.
Yeah.
We are down to the World Heavyweight Championship match. I picked
We are.
I picked Punk. New Hook picked Punk. And I believe Connors picked Randy.
I did.
Randy.
Reigns.
Randall.
Not
Randy
Not
Reigns.
Randall. Roman.
Randy
Roman,
Reigns.
yes, my God. Randy Reigns.
Randy Reigns.
So, only one that gets the point is Connors.
Yeah. I don't know what.
We are tied at 3.
Ooh. I will think like you two are tied at 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think of a random question before the end of the podcast, and we'll be
Think of a
able
random
to.
question. Let's talk about Punk and Reigns, which
Yeah.
was the best part of Mania
Yes, it was.
by a mile.
Hands down, and it's just like I don't know if it was like were they like did they just tell everybody in the back, okay guys, we're gonna like dumb down all your shit to like make this really shine. You didn't need to, like that's like it was just them two.
Yeah.
I was expecting run-ins. I was expecting a bunch of crap, and I wouldn't have been mad at it in a way because of those two. Probably would have made a lot more sense. But it was just them two, and at 20 minutes and 25 minutes in my message, you guys, it was like, okay, I think this is it now. And then he went for like another few minutes, and then when it actually did end, I was not surprised that Roman won, but I was more surprised that it ended right there. But it made sense because like Punk was just like collapsing, so like I understood.
And that was the story, right? The story was that Roman's main, dig at Punk before all this is that you are old. You can't do this to the level that I can do this now. And Punk hangs in right to the end. Had him so close, like was right there, but in the end he couldn't he was winded, he was gassed, he couldn't pick him up for the GTS. The story was great. There was a couple times where it's like, what are we doing, when he hits him with the stairs right in front of the referee.
Yeah, and I wasn't even like paying attention to that because it was like, okay, yeah, they're going to they went on the outside, and I was like, okay, they're going to give leniency, obviously, and like let things go. But it was, that was more of a...
Especially because after that, Punk did the Eddie Guerrero bit, where he threw his tape to distract the ref.
And almost got...
You just got biffed in the head with you get a gimme, right? Like you could do that, and the ref ain't going to disqualify you.
Yeah, and maybe that's why, because like they kind of like the ref turned around before
he was grabbing him.
Yeah, so he didn't see the impact, but he saw the.
It just kind of worked out where he picks him up for the fireman's carry situation. Like damn, that was close.
But
also, hold on one second. Did we miss the Gunther and?
We did
talk about that.
Oh, we
didn't.
So we all picked Gunther.
More talking points,
which is fine.
Gunther, so it doesn't matter anyway.
No, but we did. I did call Breaker coming back.
You did call Breaker,
or I thought both of them were. So yeah.
Okay, back to regular schedule.
They shared a clip of Breaker coming back, and it's just him getting brought out by a producer, headset on and shit, and a social media camera person, and like a legit camera person, and they come down by the ramp so he could run out the side. But it's like, okay, so now the thousands of people that can see right there, because there's 50,000 people, so there's like 1,000 people that can see that little spot. They know something's happening, and it's like, if someone's returning, you tell me you couldn't have just put like a little bit of drapery from the ramp to like where the
that
fans
could have been a tunnel
just,
situation there, yeah.
It's
Until
just,
they saw
it's just
him
little,
where the ramp meets the railing, right? Like,
yeah, it's just like little, yeah, exactly. Until the ramp meets the mirror, and then at that point, no, that yes, boom,
because you just
he's
see his head
Holy
at that
shit.
triangle. Here he comes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's just just little things like that piss me off. Just
and that match ended in such a way where both of them are basically in the exact same spot they were heading into WrestleMania, because it's no.
Yeah. Didn't change anything, right?
You know, Gunther got a really banging match. Seth Rollins, I was cheated out of victory, and Gunther can just say I had him the whole time anyway. Who cares? So it's status quo almost, but for a situation where nobody really knew what was happening with these two for a minute, I guess it's the best case scenario.
Well, they've had plans because now they're coming back from injury, like Braun, and then Bronson will be back soon, I guess. I don't know how long the recovery is for it, but they're clearly going for something for Mania. So I just feel like whatever we're getting now coming out of Mania is what was planned.
Yeah, we're almost just getting a little bit late.
Yeah, so we're just getting it late, and it's kind of like that match that, okay, it's awesome we get to see this, but like you said, everyone's still kind of like on the same levels. Like Gunther's still awesome. He's beating asses.
He's built up real nice, real strong.
Yeah, so it was a good job. It was a good job.
It just didn't move any ball forward at all.
Yeah.
It just
on a personal level, thing that moved the ball for me, Danhausen. Danhausen was on WrestleMania, got his hand raised up by John Cena, had a blimp. Apparently, from everything that I've heard and I've seen, what makes me so happy, he moves so much merch. You know, when you go to a WWE live event, there's only like so many shirts you can get, usually the big stars, right? If you went to get merch from at WrestleMania, if you were on location, you could get merch for Cena, Cody, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Randy Orton, and Danhausen. And I think that's amazing. I think that's beautiful that he's gotten himself to this spot where he is so over that has to be there in some respect. Like the people demand Danhausen merch, and
it's a beautiful
Demandhausen.
Demandhausen. He had Michael Cole screaming the word midget. It was
well, it's because then he goes before you all come at me.
These guys wanted to be called, and it's true, they do. Like it's just the whole segment beginning to end. He comes out in a mini Dragula. Danhausen drives down to the ring.
Yeah,
so does the explosion, and then it's like, oh shit, I didn't get out of the way in time, so he like runs and like very obviously crawls under the ring. It was so good.
It's perfect. It's exactly it. Yeah, John Cena's just standing there like...
Yeah, what do we do? I feel bad. Cena really didn't, for being the host, he didn't have a whole lot to do except the attendance, right?
They don't usually,
would have been so much better as a special guest referee, I'm saying.
Yeah, but honestly, they never... I don't find that hosts usually do a lot anyways.
No.
Nah, you're right. No. It does usually fall by the wayside. Do we have a tiebreaker yet?
No, not yet.
So we decided as a conglomerate, that's the end of our WrestleMania coverage. I'm sure everybody's good and sick of hearing about Graps this weekend because it is a lot. Every indie, everybody. So we've been kind of haggard a bit online as well. Everybody wants to hear us talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Specifically, I think one of the best shows that they have produced to this point is Daredevil. There's also some X-Men news coming out right now. So let's start with the X-Men. The breaking that there is a very good chance we're not going to get Wolverine. A new version of Wolverine that's not Hugh Jackman in the X-Men reboot. They're focusing on the original 5. That being Angel, Iceman, Jean, Scott Summers, Cyclops, and Beast. I don't know if I love or hate that.
I want to say something before Connor gets into it because Connor's knows way more about this stuff than I do. I'm okay with it because the second that Wolverine comes around, it becomes a Wolverine show. I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that whatsoever. I absolutely love Wolverine, but I would love to see the other characters get a lot more in-depth story time and attention. So I'm not mad at it. That's just me.
So it all depends. God damn. It all depends on where they go. I mean, the guy that did Thunderbolts, what's his name? Jake Schreier. The guy that did Thunderbolts is taking care of the X-Men. So that it had that darker tone, which I think the X-Men always kind of needs, which is, I'm okay with that. I can't hate on it just yet because I haven't seen it. They've done some different things where they obviously don't follow the comic books to a T. They put their own spin on them and like mash them together and stuff, which is totally fine. You can't like carbon copy a comic book and expect it to translate properly. But depending on where they go, it's either going to be really good or really bad, and I really think it just depends on the upcoming stuff with Doomsday and Secret Wars. That's really going to set the tone for
because I think it's no secret that the next phase of this universe is not going to be Avengers. The next phase of this is going to be focusing on the teams that spin out of Doomsday and Secret Wars. You're going to have your Fantastic Four. You're going to have your X-Men. That's going to be kind of your next little diatribe. So there's a lot riding, I think, on Doomsday and Secret Wars for the future. If these movies don't do well, that's what worries me about this original 5 situation. People are so used to having that super diverse, massive cast. Like even the first X-Men movie, the Fox X-Men movie, you had the whole school of people. You had like dozens of mutants. You had Rogue, you had Iceman.
It was almost uncanny X-Men. Almost.
Yeah, basically. So my worry is if you do one now, where after you're going to have your originals in Doomsday, they've already confirmed that the old actors are returning. Whatever happens after that, if you restart with only the core 5, it's like, are you going to have some people balk at it a bit? Well, my characters aren't. I don't know who any of these people are, and they're different actors, and there's only 5 of them. I'm not interested. That's the only thing I'm worried about with it.
Yeah, because they did announce the soft reboot, which they are going to eventually have to recast Captain America, Iron Man. You know, Kevin Feige already said that they're not recasting Iron Man. They're going to have to just not that Iron Man, not the Tony Stark that we know. They're not going to recast that one. It'll be. And I'm not counting Riri Williams.
It was a good show, but that's not a Tony Stark replacement.
I was not a fan of that show. It's just.
I liked in a bottle. I liked it in a bottle, but trying to put that in the big universe, that's where I struggle with it. Are you telling me that this is going to be the Tony Stark? I just don't see it. Yeah. I love the introduction of Mephisto. I love that. That's Sacha Baron Cohen. I think everything there is really cool.
Super cool.
But
I mean, they could have went with Iron Lad.
Yeah, there's a War Machine. You could have just had a War Machine show that wasn't, there was supposed to be that Armor Wars.
Armor Wars, yeah. Oh. Which would supposed to have Punisher, I think, in there. So it would have been Punisher in his fucking War Machine type armor, with Rhodey, probably going up against Justin Hammer, with his tech and all that stuff. Which would have been really cool. Or that would have been a cool series to kind of introduce something with like Mysterio. Oh my God, just so much stuff left. But
instead we got
I don't know. Invasion. Oh dear God, I forgot that existed until you just said it. Wow.
Instead we got Secret Invasion, which was
What's
hard.
The chick at the end that has all the powers?
Yeah. Other than Daredevil Born Again, which has now become my favorite, my favorite Marvel show is Moon Knight.
Dude, that was so good. I really enjoyed
Moon Knight.
It got so much hate.
Good. I don't understand how it got hate. I don't understand how anybody could hate that. Like it played on mental health. It played with all these things, man. Like it was so good.
But I think that's why it got hate. It got hate from the people who were just, this isn't my superhero popcorn fun.
Go fuck yourself.
This makes me think about stuff. And like the main character, I kind of don't like him sometimes. It's like, that's the whole point.
That's the whole point of it all.
And the whole point is you're kind of not supposed to know who's in the driver's seat. The whole point of the book is that, because Jake Lockley doesn't know who's in the driver's seat at any given time. Like that's the point of the book. And it's weird how that show kind of got crapped on a bit, but Punisher got so celebrated.
Yeah.
How Frank Castle you're not supposed to cheer for? Like, the whole
Literally
point of that show is that he's deeply, deeply damaged.
Yeah.
And we're like, yay!
Like,
yeah, but you know exactly why Punisher's over more than anything, because idiots think that they can use him as a logo.
Get him, Frank. Fuck him up.
Yeah,
like,
get him, Frank. Fuck him up. Back to blue. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
it's like,
there's going to be some of that.
My favorite is seeing a cop put the Punisher logo on their fucking gear or on like a profile picture or something, and it's like,
have you not watched the show?
Well, that's why I love the
Born Again.
Yeah,
that is
the anti-vigilante task force. Literally just making fun of those fucking goofs.
And there's this whole scene, right, where Frank has that, like, you guys have no idea what I stand for. Like, this is a complete opposite effect of what I'm going for. I really do think Born Again is their strongest non-theatrical release.
Especially season 2. They came out swinging with season 2.
So they really have. There's been
especially the last episode that they just had, which was like a down, kind of like a monotone episode, but like the building that they did for this week's episode is just crazy. Like you said, we had Wilson Fisk, and now we're getting the Kingpin.
Yeah, Wilson Fisk. Up until now, it has just been Wilson Fisk.
Yeah,
the Kingpin has not been on screen until the next episode, because now that Vanessa is gone. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Daredevil: Born Again. Sorry.
It's been a minute.
Sabotage.
Yeah, it's gonna now be a whole different ball game. You're gonna see, and he already has all the power too.
Yeah.
So this is an incredibly unstable individual who has control over New York City. So it is going to turn into more comic booky, I think. You're going to get a story where he like cuts New York off from the rest of the country and turns it into this like crazy, lawless. There's going to something nuts is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's short order.
It's on.
Yeah, short order. We have to get the Defenders back together.
Well, and that's why I think it leads into the Punisher special presentation. So, like, whatever the fallout of Daredevil season 2 is, leads directly into Punisher, which leads directly into
Spider-Man.
So
it's just a web.
I see what you did there. It's all a web.
It is. It's just a web. It is all connected, and that's it. It feels good. This is what bothers me, is that it feels like the old Marvel made you feel about when everything came out. And there was a while there, or pre-Endgame, where every project that they had come out felt like something. You're like, oh, well, now we get a little tidbit to what moves into this. And then it was just too much. It got too bloated, and they were sending too much out. Like, you got your Ant-Man and the Wasps, and you have your Secret Invasions, and you have your Captain America and Falcons and Winter Soldier. It's just, it got to be too much. It almost seems like they've dialed it down. It's a slower release now. And it's back to that formula of like, Daredevil feels very important to the universe at large, which leads into that Punisher thing, which feels important. And then, of course, Brand New Day is like the foundation of which a lot of Doomsday is going to be based upon, I think.
Well, they're back to quality over quantity. Finally.
Except in the visual effects department, where they're firing everybody to replace them.
Which we talked about a while ago when we were talking about shows and how they just look too good now. It's like the lights are just too crisp and the cameras are way too clean. So it's like, you know, they're on a studio. You can see that LED room that they're in a lot of the times now. I like that.
Yeah. And like I noticed it recently, Malcolm in the Middle is back. And it's just what?
It's just a wild comparison. Endgame, Malcolm in the Middle.
It's the comedy genre had to change when High Def happened, because when it was comedy, everything was tight and it was just that square. You got everything in, and there wasn't a lot of background, there wasn't a lot of filler, there wasn't a lot of emptiness. And now, even with that style of Malcolm in the Middle doing the cutaways, talking to the camera, it just still feels too open. It's like, how the fuck is the person next to you not hearing what you're saying? Like, in the back of the day, it was because it was so tight and you didn't see the person. You know what I mean? It was just, and it just, like Connor said, you can see see they're on a stage. They're supposed to be in a house, but you can see it's a fucking stage. Yeah.
Which is almost like breaking the immersion. It's too crisp.
100%.
Yeah.
See the curtain more than you could before. But with this whole VFX stuff, it's only going to get worse because AI is easier to spot than anything, right? So I'm really hoping,
especially with
that
fingers.
in the next, I think it won't be noticeable until after Secret Wars.
Yeah.
But post Secret Wars, I'm very interested to see if we see an immediate downturn in the visual effects.
Which is crazy because and like the way they just started, the way they filmed the new Spider-Man, where he's actually doing that practical swinging through the city.
Yeah,
stuff. They did a lot of like on location shooting,
getting injured every time he goes to film something.
Yeah, concussions and stuff. But you're gonna notice the difference in that between like what we just saw with Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
night and day,
especially Secret Wars.
Crazy. Yeah,
Secret Wars theoretically is going to be just all CGI. Like it's going to be very difficult to film any of that movie practically if you follow the books. Like Battleworld,
and he did say it's
going to be so many
the most ambitious. Yeah, Kevin Feige just said it's the most ambitious project they've ever embarked on. So I'm like,
which makes sense because when you think about it, in the comic books, Battleworld is an amalgamation of like a bunch of different universes smashed together. This is their excuse to touch on everything they've ever done. They can go back to any plot point and it's on the table. Like
it's
much
the reset
like
button.
It's like Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
They made a scapegoat for them to be able to go back to old like Fox heroes. They just wrote it in.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Void. This is where everything goes when it's forgotten. Easy way for us to bring back literally everything we've ever written.
Yeah.
So
kill it off right away, or they can kill it off right away, or make it relevant, or whatever. Which was kind of cool. That's why I kind of appreciate what Ryan Reynolds was able to do with Deadpool, where he was like making fun of going back and like killing the Green Lantern and all that type of stuff. Is
very meta.
Or his like original, his original Wade Wilson with
the original Deadpool from
with the Matrix mouth
from X-Men Origins.
Origins.
What a terrible movie. But
I saw the released one before it was all edited and stuff. So it's like I was watching a little digital like Hugh Jackman roll over a log truck and shit.
And what's crazy about Deadpool Wolverine 2, there's not very many times where you can see a movie as a proof of concept.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum as Gambit may have just made himself a role of a career.
That's the whole...
Yeah.
He can retire
if it
with
goes
that.
well, this guy might end up turning this into a whole like several movie thing. He's definitely in Doomsday. It's been confirmed that Channing Tatum's Gambit is in like...
In the trailer, apparently he's fighting Shang-Chi. So I'm like, let's fuck...
So it's like, this one...
At the demolished X-Men mansion.
Yeah, this went from a bit of like, oh yeah, this guy was supposed to play him in a movie that never ever got off the ground. Let's throw him in as the gag, and it's like, oh shit, he's amazing at it. Like,
love it.
Yeah. I'm about to make
Doomsday's
my name for myself up in here.
Yeah, me and Andre would say that for the longest time. Make a name for myself up in here.
And that's like, what happens? Does he get to meet Rogue? Is there a Rogue out there? That
I did see a casting recently, but I don't know if they're going to go back with Anna Paquin and then pass it off to the new chick, or just go with the new one. Or...
If they're bringing all like some of the old, if they got Hugh Jackman and they've got guy who played Cyclops, whose name I can never remember,
James Marsden.
James Marsden. If they can get him back, well, they got to get Anna Paquin back. She was a big part of those first three movies.
Yeah. So, well, they do got James Marsden back, but I don't know how long. Like, who's gonna die? Who's gonna get reset? Like this.
I don't think any of the original X-Men make it out of Secret Wars. I think that's the point. Once Secret Wars and Doomsday is done, everybody's new. Everybody's a different version, or a younger version, or a new version. I don't think.
So we still haven't even heard anything about Storm. Like I think a good way to finish Storm up would be in like a good X-Force, like R-rated X-Force type of movie.
Yeah, that would be Jade Cargill as Storm writes itself, quite honestly.
Should have to have someone guiding her on her lines, just like her matches.
Whoa! Hold her.
Oh, is this mic on? Shit.
Off the floor. Wow. In comes Connors like Paul Burchill on a rope.
God damn.
Here he comes.
Swinging in with
I'm
the
very
heat.
interested to X-Men wise for a villain because they're definitely not doing Magneto. I think at this point
No.
that ship has firmly sailed. You've done him with two different actors from two different time periods.
Yeah.
Enter Mr.
So
Sinister.
it's Mr. Sinister time. Please, for the love of God, give us.
I heard rumors that Hugh
Modo.
Laurie was going to be Mr. Sinister. And I was
Damn,
like, that's a
would
wild,
be-
right?
That is a wild casting.
Fucking Dr.
We
Gregory
could do a whole
House as Mr.
podcast on
Sinister.
just dream casting the X-Men. Quite honestly,
Oh,
we
yeah.
could do hours on just dream casting the X-Men.
Before
This is what I
Mads
love.
Mikkelsen.
No, go ahead.
Huh?
I love this. I love this.
Mads Mikkelsen was in Doctor Strange as
Doctor
the dude
Strange.
with the. Yeah, I wanted him as Doctor
Baron
Doom.
Mordo.
Yeah, no, the other guy,
Doom.
the dude. Yeah, like the guy that he puts in that. Shit, what's his name? He fights him and he puts him in that metal clasp, like that metal thing, and he's like.
Yeah,
stuck
that's Baron
forward.
Mordo. Baron Mordo.
That's Baron
is his
Mordo.
name in the
Okay,
books.
I was thinking Mordo is the other dude that he fights in with the black guy there. What's his name?
With the big fire face. That's Dormammu.
Yeah, no. Either way, Mads Mikkelsen, his character. I always thought he would have been a great
Either
Doctor
way,
Doom.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, that guy.
He would make a great Doctor Doom.
Either
I
way.
can't believe it's RDJ. Like that. This is.
know.
It is a weird. Like, if you went back 5 years and you're like, yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is playing not Tony Stark revived as Doctor Doom, just Doctor
But
Doom. I
Victor
thought for
Von
sure it was
Doom.
going to be evil Tony Stark, but it's Victor Von
Some
Doom
variant, yeah.
from a different universe.
Yeah.
Variant that just
And the
looks
fact that they're
exactly like
apparently-
Tony Stark.
So they're gonna do. I heard they're gonna do like in the movie, like he'll show his face to like us as the viewers, and if he's in a private setting, but he'll never take his mask off until Secret Wars. So like all of the Avengers and stuff can see who he is until later on in Secret Wars, because then you'll have that.
I wonder if that's going to be
contrast of-
explained away in any way.
Well, it may be because if he's from the Fantastic Four universe, they know that he looks like Tony Stark, but they don't know who Tony Stark is. So when they're talking, they'll be like,
Yeah,
"Oh, well,
that's true.
That's Tony Stark," and be like, "Well, that's Victor Von Doom. That's the guy we're like trying to kill here." They're like, "Well, so he look. Why do they look exactly? You know what I mean?" So you'll have the two sides who were
Yeah, there's got
trying
to
to
be
work
some way to
together.
explain it. At this point, they've done crazy.
Fucked up.
Do you
They've done
think?
crazier. So like, there's no way
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can't write themselves out of that either.
No.
But I do think we're going into like a very pivotal 6 months, like leading up to like Christmas.
Yeah.
It's do or die. It's either because here's the thing: as somebody who studied film, superhero movies are their trajectory is very much mirroring what happened with westerns. For a while, every movie coming out was a western, and they were super popular when my dad was a kid. Everything coming out, TV, westerns, The Rifleman, all that stuff. Bonanza was on for like 850 years. Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
You had western movies. You had Clint
Yeah,
Eastwood.
Good, the Bad, and the
everything doing
Ugly.
exact same thing.
Fistful of
Yeah,
dollars,
winking
$2
at the camera.
more.
Then the bubble popped, and how many westerns do you see coming out now? Not many.
Jesus.
Fair.
Which is sad, 'cause
The
I still love
genre
a good
itself
Western.
exists almost as a like, hey, remember when these were super popular?
There's
Going
a
to
point in
happen
history
to superhero
now.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to happen to superhero movies in 15 years' time down the road. People are going to be looking back and going, "Yeah, remember when everything coming out was superheroes, and now you never."
And
see
that's
them
why I
again?"
think it's smart that they're re-releasing Endgame with new deleted footage
Yes.
and possibly a new post-credit scene that bridges into Doomsday.
Yeah, because there's some people that fell off the train and haven't seen anything. There's some people that stopped watching an Endgame and have not watched 15 minutes of anything else, and they have to get caught up because there's been a lot
Yeah.
for
been a lot,
those
and
of
a
us
lot of
that
bad
have stayed
stuff.
on the train. Yeah, a lot of bad stuff. We had to live through the Kamala Khan's being told she was a mutant for the 90s X-Men theme to play, and then for them to do nothing with it. And that hurt me. That hurt me in
That hurt me.
that hurt me in my inside parts. Like it hurt my soul.
It
That's
really
fair.
did. As soon as
So
when I
many
heard that,
plot holes there.
I was like, yeah, and then it just, and I suffered
I
through
stood right
that
up.
show.
I was like, "This is it. Here we go."
right? No,
Because I've been praying to the gods for a hour-long live-action X-Men show for so long. And we got that
X-Men
crappy
97.
Gifted X. Yeah, X-Men 97. That's a
that's-
whole beast in itself.
I love talking about this stuff with you guys because you guys know more than I do. I'm just a huge fan for it. This is where I'm like the mark for this type of stuff. Like I don't know half the characters yet, and then when I learn about them, and Connors or somebody like it's like, oh, it's this, and it's like it's just so awesome. I love this.
Well, the
shit.
theories run so deep too. Like I said, because they're trying to mash so many different comic book series together to try to like. Create their own hodgepodge of, awesome.
They're really doing something crazy with Secret Wars, because Secret Wars as a book is a wild concept. So to do it on screen, and theoretically you're having actors come back after God knows, like we have no idea the cameos that are going to be.
Right,
like
there's going to be stuff that we couldn't even fathom. That's going to show up.
Go back and get the synopsis on Time Runs Out, and then you'll understand. Like it's fucking.
It's gonna be nuts. It really is gonna be this rock opera, for better or for worse. I mean, they say it's the most ambitious
talked about
they've ever
Franklin
done.
And Valeria Richards, like they're big key players in there. Like, my God,
are basically gods. Franklin Richards is a god in the books, basically, like can alter the fabric of reality. So,
like, could we have the guy that played the first? Not the first one, but the 2000s Reed Richards. What's his name there?
I can't remember his name, but
that guy, really he could come back as like the.
Oh yeah.
And it is. There's movies that I'm trying to think of, like a far shot. Are we going to see anybody from the Ben Affleck Daredevil other than Elektra, who's presumed dead? Like,
I would love to see like just randomly Ben Affleck, just like
exactly right. Like who's gonna
when they
show
joked
up?
about that
There
in the Deadpool.
was a really bad Marvel Man-Thing movie that came out in the early 2000s around the same time as Ghost Rider. Does that show up? Werewolf by Night. What's happening to any of those people? Elsa Bloodstone's in that show. Where's she at?
Elsa Bloodstone. Nicolas Cage. Is he going to show up?
Any of the Ghost Riders? Yeah.
Any of them? Yeah.
Do we get a hint at? Do we get a hint at Miles Morales from the animated Spider-Verse? Because we got a hint at Tom Holland in his movie.
Yeah, I think we're going to. I think it's the last animated Tom Holland one they're doing. Or, Miles Morales movie.
Yeah.
The poster, and I know Boss Logic does the posters now. Like he used to do just them as passion, but like a lot of
now he does them.
Now he's doing them for companies and stuff, and they're letting him know, like, hey, drop a hint here, do this here, do this here. If you look at the poster of Tom upside down on the beam,
the I-beam there,
on the I-beam, there's footprints on the other side of the I-beam that aren't his sneakers. They're Miles' sneakers.
He's invisible.
Like
No, it was just like he was just standing there.
Yeah.
So it's like either he was there or like something. So it's like, oh man, like just give me all the Spider-Man stuff. I don't give a like. Just give me all the Spider-Man stuff.
We're eating good, gentlemen. It is a good time to like this again, because there was a dark 2 or 3 years there over the past little while. Like the last 2 or 3 years, it has been an up and down roller coaster. For every one really good show, there's 2 really bad ones. Like,
yep.
Yeah,
so it's nice to see that we're on the turnaround, and this is a nice palate cleanser to talk about this stuff, to get away from all of the Mania shenanigans. We were in the group chat pretty hard there on Mania, just like firing stuff.
It was nice though. I like that.
It was really fun, especially when the loofah bit came up. When Jake Cargo came up and you're like, it's a loofah. I was like, that's amazing. And then what did I say? I was like, no, she's cosplaying. She's a dust bunny from Big Comfy Couch, which only
that got me though.
9 or 10 people that ever listen to this will ever know what that is, but I'm okay with that, because get some.
So I did notice in this thing here too with the sneakers. I just brought it up. So I do see the sneakers on the pole, but stuck on his shoe, it's a card for Nelson Murdoch.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, he's definitely in the movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's an awesome little feat.
And then whatever this little thing is, it's for Moltres, the Pokemon. For Moltres. There's another one stuck to it.
Just a Pokemon Go ad in my Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this diatribe into the world of Marvel Comics. We're going to keep up with Daredevil Born Again for sure. As episodes come out, we are most definitely going to break down what will be the rise and eventual fall of the Kingpin.
I think it was a beautiful. Sorry. I just ruined your exit. I was going to say, I think it's just a beautiful episode where I didn't know where they were going to go with things. I'm not typically a flashback guy. I like it when it's done right. But tasteful. For a whole episode it was just really good to see Foggy again. That's
actually because they made it look so much like they were just reusing footage from the first season of the show when it was newly shot.
Yeah,
well done.
Very extremely well done.
Yeah, very well done. And like I said, you basically you watched a man break the whole episode. Yeah. Like at the end, you saw Wilson Fisk very vulnerable, and then when she's gone, you just knew that this next episode is going to be a whole new ball game because now there is no Wilson Fisk. It's just Kingpin.
Yep.
It's
gonna be crazy.
I'm going when we get off here, I'm going to eat some goulash, relax for a little bit, go to the gym, and then by the time I get home from the gym, it should be on. And
I think we all got the same plan, except for goulash or shepherd pie for me. But
ooh. What do you have, Connors? What do you have,
Thanks so much for sticking on this ride with us, going through our WrestleMania predictions. We haven't got a tiebreaker yet. Maybe we'll come back to that with the next episode because I didn't expect it to be a tie. I figured we'd be wrong about everything, like we were in the first half.
Oh, right. Tiebreaker. My bad.
On next episode, think of a good one, and maybe we'll do like a game or something on the next episode because
or put some in the comments.
Yeah. Yes.
Put some ideas in the comments.
Put some ideas in the comments, whether on the Instagram, whether on the YouTube. Let us know what me and Connors have to go through to win this title here.
I was trying to think of something that happened during Mania to see if one of you guys noticed it or not, but there's just so much that it could have been. So I'll think of something.
We're gonna have a skill testing question.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What isn't a skill testing question is who are we? They are Sabotage. That's Justin Newhook. That's Matt Connors. I am always just Lyle. We will see you next time on Sabotage Everything. Contributing to the scene on our way out. Again, Johnny Deathwish. Talk to you next time.
Later, guys.